I, 32M, have been married to my wife, Anna, 28F, for 4 years. By all accounts, we had what people called a normal marriage. We bought a house together last year. She works as a graphic designer from home, and I work in IT. Nothing flashy, nothing wild, just stable. At least, that's what I thought. The first red flag, I think I can call it that in hindsight, was about 2 months ago. She started being vague about her days. Oh, I stayed late at the studio, or I had a meeting with a client, but I knew she wasn't leaving her home office. I didn't think much of it at first because, well, people lie about work sometimes, right? But my gut started twisting. Last Thursday, I was at home working remotely. Our dog, Charlie, wouldn't stop whining at the office door. I got up to check on him and noticed her laptop open on the kitchen counter. Normally, I wouldn't touch her stuff, big rule in our marriage, but something made me look. I only meant to check for an overdue email or something stupid. Her messaging app was open and a notification popped up from Evan that read, "Can't wait to see you tonight." My stomach dropped. My hands started shaking. My coffee went cold on the counter. I didn't know what to do. I froze for a minute, staring at the screen. I could see a thread of messages going back 3 months. I scrolled back. Every week, sometimes multiple times a week, flirty texts talking about meeting up, about how much she needed him, and once a picture I'll never unsee of her in a dress she told me was for my client meeting. I felt like the floor fell out from under me. The world went quiet except for Charlie's barking and my own heartbeat pounding like a drum in my ears. I don't know why I did it, but I took screenshots. I couldn't process this in my head yet. I needed evidence, something tangible. She came into the kitchen right then, smiling. "Hey babe, coffee?" I turned around and she looked normal. Too normal. That's when panic hit. "Who's Evan?" I asked, my voice cracking. She blinked, looked confused. "What? Oh, just a friend from college. You've met him at my graduation party. Why?" My chest was tight. My hands were shaking. "No, Anna, don't lie. I saw the messages. Months. Sexting. Plans to meet. I saw everything." Her face changed. First shock, then anger. Then she tried to laugh. "Oh, wow, you snooped. That's cute. You're like a little detective, huh?" "Don't play with me," I said, my voice louder than I intended. "I have screenshots. This isn't snooping. This is... I can't even." My words stumbled over each other. I wanted to cry. I wanted to scream. I wanted to throw things. She rolled her eyes and put her hands up. "Okay, fine. Yeah, we talked, okay? But it was just, I don't know, emotional stuff. It didn't mean anything. God, you're overreacting." That's when I realized the full scope of the gaslighting. She tried to convince me that my very eyes and evidence were lying to me. I felt my throat tighten, my stomach churn. I asked her why. She said she felt neglected and unappreciated, but that she still loved me. She said she'd stop, that she could explain. I didn't know if I could breathe. I didn't know if I could even look at her. I left the house that night, walked down to the corner 24-hour diner in my neighborhood, ordered black coffee I couldn't taste, and just sat staring at the wall. My hands wouldn't stop shaking. I didn't text her. I didn't call. I just sat. I went home the next morning, and she was in the kitchen, acting like nothing happened. Breakfast was awkward. She made small talk about the dog, the weather, her big project today, but I could feel her tension. I could feel mine. Every fiber of my being was screaming at me that nothing would ever be normal again. I called my best friend, Mark, that afternoon. I couldn't talk at work. My hands were shaking too much. Mark listened and said the words that cut me like a knife. "You know this isn't just a phase, right? She's betraying you completely." I didn't sleep that night. I didn't eat. I sat on the edge of the bed staring at the ceiling, trying to decide whether to confront her or, what, call her family? Call a lawyer? I felt trapped, dizzy, hollow. I wanted to scream, and yet I couldn't. Yesterday, I checked her phone again, fully this time, and saw she had deleted all the messages. She acted like I was paranoid, like I had imagined it, but the screenshots, they were safe on my cloud account. I feel like I'm holding a ticking bomb in my hands, trying not to set it off. I don't know what to do. I love her, or at least I thought I did. I feel betrayed, humiliated, gaslit, heartbroken. I can't sleep, I can't eat, and I keep replaying the texts in my head. I see her smile in them, the way she calls him pet names, the way she talks about meeting him. My chest aches constantly. I don't know if confronting her now would end everything, or if waiting would just let her keep lying. I don't know if I should leave, stay, call a lawyer, or just disappear. I feel like my world has tilted and I'm falling, but I can't stop. I just needed to write this down. Maybe putting it in words will help me think straight. Maybe someone here has been through this and can tell me how to breathe when everything you believed in just evaporates. TLDR, found out my wife of 4 years has been sexting another man for months. Confronted her, she gaslit me, deleted messages, but I have screenshots. I feel betrayed, heartbroken, and don't know what to do next.
I don't even know where to start. These past 5 days have been hell. I've barely slept. Every time I close my eyes, I see the texts, the pictures, the way she smiled in her messages to him. I kept replaying our conversations in my head, trying to convince myself I had imagined it, but I know I didn't. I didn't want to confront her immediately. I wanted a plan. I wanted proof. So I spent 2 days quietly gathering everything: screenshots, timestamps, the few deleted messages I recovered with backup tools. I even saved photos of her typing patterns. Stupid, maybe, but I needed concrete evidence that she was actively hiding this. I printed a few out just in case. I felt obsessive, like I'd turned into a private investigator, but my gut told me I needed this. Last night, I couldn't take it anymore. I told her we needed to talk seriously after dinner. She raised an eyebrow, her phone already in her hand. "Uh-oh, Mr. Detective found something again," she said, smirking like it was a joke. I put my hand on the stack of printed messages on the table. My fingers trembled. "Anna, this isn't a joke. I've seen the messages, the pictures, the plans to meet Evan. I have screenshots, and I printed some out." She froze. Her smirk vanished, replaced with a tight-lipped, cautious look. She slowly set her phone down. "Okay, wow. You went through all this?" "I didn't go through anything. You left it in plain sight. You lied to me. You betrayed me. And you've been lying for months," I said, voice shaking. She crossed her arms. I can explain." I took a deep breath, trying to steady my own trembling. "Then explain. Please, I need to hear it. Look at me, Anna. Look at these." I slid the papers across the table. "Tell me why you've been sexting him, planning to meet him, sending him pictures while I thought we were married." She picked up one sheet, scanning it quickly, her expression shifting from shock to anger. "You're acting like this is all my fault. You think this is simple? Do you know how lonely I felt? Do you know how ignored I felt while you were buried in your stupid work? I didn't mean to—" "You didn't mean to?" I shouted, feeling heat rising in my chest. "You didn't mean to ruin our marriage? You didn't mean to betray me every single week? Didn't mean to? That's all you've got?" She slammed her hand on the table, almost knocking over the coffee I'd left untouched. "Stop yelling. You don't understand how suffocating this marriage has been for me." I shook my head, trying to keep my voice steady. "I don't understand? I come home exhausted. I try to support you. I try to love you. And you do this behind my back? How am I supposed to feel, Anna? How?" She looked away, biting her lip. I could see the guilt flicker for half a second before she tried to hide it. I don't know. It didn't mean anything. I swear." I felt my stomach knot, my hands clenching into fists. "It didn't mean anything? You call yourself my wife, Anna. You call yourself married to me, and you send pictures of yourself to another man? You call that nothing?" She looked at me with tears forming in her eyes. I feel alive when I talk to him. I don't know why. It's wrong, I know, but I can't stop. I feel trapped, like this marriage is a cage. You're a good man, but I needed something." I felt my chest tighten so much I could barely breathe. Needed something? You needed attention from another man while I'm here trying to build a life with you? You lied, Anna. You lied every day for months, and now you expect me to, what, forgive you? She shook her head, tears falling freely. I don't expect anything. I needed you to know the truth before it got worse. I don't want to hide it anymore. I felt anger and heartbreak collide in my chest. You don't get to decide the timeline, Anna. You don't get to casually admit months of betrayal and act like it's a confession gift. You broke me. You broke us. She sat down heavily, covering her face with her hands. I know I did. I don't know what to do. I'm sorry. I could barely look at her. I felt dizzy, nauseous. Sorry doesn't fix this. Sorry doesn't undo the weeks of lies, the nights I thought we were fine, the moments I trusted you completely. I don't know if I can ever look at you the same way again. The room was silent except for the ticking clock and the faint hum of the fridge. Charlie, our dog, whimpered from the corner, sensing the tension. I realized I hadn't moved, hadn't even thought about how we'd eat dinner. My hands were shaking so badly I almost dropped the printed messages. She finally spoke, voice trembling. What are you gonna do? I swallowed hard. I don't know. I need time. I can't make a decision right now, but I can't stay blind either. I need to think. I need evidence. I need to know the full truth before I can decide if I can even forgive you, or if I can leave without feeling like a fool. She nodded silently, still crying, still broken. I got up and left the room, pacing the house, trying to let my mind catch up to my emotions. I feel like the ground shifted under me, like I'm standing on splintered glass, and every step cuts deeper. I don't know if I should sleep tonight, or keep watching her, keep monitoring, keep gathering proof. I feel like a trapped animal, knowing the betrayal is still there, knowing the deceit is still ongoing. This isn't over. I can feel it, and I'm terrified of what comes next.
Time passed since last update? 3 weeks. I don't even know where to begin. The past 3 weeks have been a nightmare that feels like it's out of a psychological thriller. After the first confrontation, I went into what I thought was thinking mode. I didn't want to act impulsively. I wanted full clarity, every detail. I hired a private investigator. I checked phone backups, social media activity, even receipts from cafes and restaurants. And yes, it hurt more than I imagined. Last Saturday, I finally confronted her with everything. It was supposed to be calm. I had a folder with screenshots, evidence of meetups, times, locations, even small receipts of gifts and coffee orders that proved she met him when she claimed to be at client meetings. I told her, Anna, this isn't just flirting anymore. You lied, you planned meetings, and I have proof beyond messages now. Do you want to explain this, or should I handle it legally? Her face went pale. She sank into the couch, like gravity had finally pulled her down. You can't. You're overreacting. It's not that bad. I slammed the folder on the table, making her flinch. Not that bad? Anna, this is months of betrayal, emotional, physical, lying to me every single day. You're jeopardizing our marriage, our house, our life. I called a lawyer yesterday. I want answers. I want to know why you risked everything for him. She buried her face in her hands. I don't know. I felt alive. I didn't plan to hurt you. I didn't know how it got this bad. I stood over her, my voice low, trembling with rage and sorrow. You didn't plan to hurt me? You don't get to decide the consequences after the fact. This is betrayal. You destroyed trust. And if you think apologizing fixes this, you're delusional. She looked up, tears streaming. I can't lose you. Please, I can't. I'm sorry. I'll cut him off. I'll do anything. I shook my head slowly. You should have thought about that months ago.
I've spent weeks documenting your lies. I even know where you met him last month. Coffee shop, downtown, Saturday at 3 p.m. I have receipts. I have photos. This isn't about forgiveness anymore. It's about protecting myself. Our marriage might be over. You might be gone from my life legally, and I'm preparing for that." Her hands trembled as she clutched the couch cushions. You can't. Please, I'll do counseling, therapy, anything. Don't leave me." I took a step back, trying to steady my breathing. My chest was on fire. "I don't know if I can ever trust you again. I don't know if this marriage can survive. I have to think about my safety, mentally, emotionally. And if I don't see real change immediately, I'm filing for separation. You need to leave your job if you're hiding him at work. You need to go completely NC with Evan. No texts, no calls, no emails, and I mean it." She nodded, almost robotically. "Okay, I'll do it. I swear." Then, when I mentioned the lawyer and legal steps, something in her broke. She shouted, "You think you can control me with threats? You think you're so righteous? You've been nothing but controlling since we got married, and now you get to punish me for living?" I froze, the words cutting deep. Controlling? Controlling is not finding out your spouse has been lying and sexting another man. Controlling is not documenting the proof to protect myself. You betrayed me, Anna. You broke every rule of trust, and now you're gaslighting me again. She sobbed openly, clutching her face. I didn't mean for it to get this bad. I can't. I couldn't stay in the same room anymore. I packed a small overnight bag and left. I told her, "Think about everything. I'll be back tomorrow. I need time. You need to decide if you're going to fix this, or I'm going to take the next legal step, and I mean it. No more lies, no more hiding." I spent the night at a friend's apartment. Sleep was impossible. I kept replaying her words, her cries, her attempts to gaslight me. The betrayal felt fresh, raw, like an open wound. I can't stop thinking about what happens next. The court papers, the potential eviction, the confrontation that will likely escalate further. I don't know if she'll change. I don't know if I can forgive her. I just know I can't live in uncertainty anymore. This is the breaking point, and whatever happens next, it will define the rest of our lives. Time passed since last update? 7 months. It's been 7 months since that night, the night I realized everything had changed forever. I finally have some clarity, though it doesn't erase the pain. After the explosive confrontation, I filed for separation. Anna moved out within a week. The house feels emptier now, but less suffocating. The lawyer helped me ensure our finances were secure, and I even changed passwords and secured accounts I had shared with her. She cut all contact with Evan, at least publicly. Private details are impossible to verify, but I don't care anymore. We met 2 months ago to finalize the divorce. I remember the day vividly. It was raining lightly, the kind of soft, relentless drizzle that makes everything gray. She showed up, umbrella in hand, face pale, eyes red from crying. I'm sorry," she said quietly as we sat across from each other at the mediation table. "I ruined everything. I can't take back what I did." I nodded, my hands folded. "I know, I've said it before, but this isn't about apologies anymore. I need peace, and I need to live my life without being haunted by what you did." She shook her head. "I know, I don't deserve your forgiveness." "You don't, and I'm not giving it. I just want to be done. Legally, emotionally, everything." There was silence. The papers were signed, and I watched her leave. That was it. The marriage was officially over. Now I'm slowly rebuilding. I've started seeing a therapist to deal with the betrayal trauma. I've reconnected with friends I drifted from, and even started dating again cautiously. Trust is hard, but I'm learning. Sometimes I still catch myself checking my phone, expecting a message from her, and then remember she's gone. It's painful, but also freeing. I no longer feel trapped in the lies, in the gaslighting, in the constant fear of betrayal. I can breathe again. Anna's life is separate now. I don't stalk her social media. I don't want to know about her life, and she doesn't reach out. It's quiet, but the quiet feels like control finally returned to me. I won't lie, this experience broke me in ways I didn't think were possible, but it also taught me something crucial. Boundaries are everything, and no matter how much you love someone, betrayal is never acceptable. To anyone reading this, going through something similar, document everything, protect yourself, and don't ignore red flags. You can survive, and eventually you can breathe again.